Starting off the show on a smashing note. So many messages that come in on WhatsApp 9739104104. I'll let you have a word with Dr. Sheelaa M Bajaj. She's in the studios of Fever 104 FM.
Kismat Connection. Kismat.
That's right. This is Kismat Connection, where our noted tarot card reader, numerology expert, Dr. Sheelaa M Bajaj, walks into the studio. She is more than happy to listen to your questions and have solutions. Feel free to visit her website. You can always listen to her podcast. She is a bundle of content and positive energy. Dr. Sheelaa, I wanted to speak to you about how one can actually take up tarot card reading as a profession. Even before we get to that though, how did you first get introduced to tarot card reading and numerology?
Okay, so my journey started when I was really young. It started out of curiosity. I got into healing, and whilst I was giving healing to people, I started getting a lot of psychic information, and I thought, like, there's something with this, you know. A lot of times when you're given some kind of a divine gift, you don't know how to like take it. And I was really young. I was still like 15, 16. After which I learned tarot. I went to the US when I was, doing my college. I learned tarot from different people, but everyone teaches only so much. So a lot of it was self-learned. A lot of it was through meditation and through, understanding different concepts. Like certain things I'd be stuck with, and then I would meditate, fall asleep. I'd wake up and I'd have this moment of clarity as to what that meant. So a lot of tarot was self-learned. And I felt like I needed some structure for the clairvoyance and the divine messages that I was getting. That's how we are trained, right? If you're just getting if you just know some information, you're like, how the hell did I know it? It can't be, you need logic to kind of justify it. So I felt like, somewhere I was compelled to learn this internally to help my logical mind to kind of put two and two together. I needed more structure. But as a clairvoyant, you don't really need structure. So I learned tarot, and I was reading like, left, right and center, giving people the most amazing, information. I did a television show, and the rest is history. Like I never looked back. It just took off. Like, when you're reading and when you're at your peak when it comes to reading tarot, there's just no turning back. You're meant for a purpose, and you're just a bakra. As a tarot card reader, you're just a bakra. There are certain number of people on this planet who are meant to get guided by you, and you are just going to tell them the stuff that they need to hear. So you're just used by the universe as a way to communicate all of this to someone. So that's how it started. And then I felt like there were certain people, when they'd come for readings, and I would tell them, acha, wear this crystal, do this remedy, because they always want to fix to something. It's like going to a doctor and saying, arey, dard ho raha hai. Doctor's not going to just say, arey, poor thing, dard ho raha hai usko abhi, I feel bad for you. He's going to give you a fix. So I studied feng shui. I went and studied feng shui with Lillian too in Malaysia. Did a lot of healing courses, a lot of crystal related courses, so that I was able to help people get a solution. And then finally I noticed people were coming back after a few months. Like after 8 months, 6 months, they saw a change, but then they were coming back. And then I felt that something's missing. And then I found that there was something in the numbers. So there are these key numbers like number 4 people, number 8 people, number 7 people, a lot of number 2 and 9 people. They were coming back, and they were coming back with the same problem. They were like back to square one. Then, and I also realized that I was having similar, at the same time, I felt I was having certain patterns which were not going no matter what I did. So that's when I was experimenting with my own name. I was kind of doing a lot of self-study with numerology, studied different systems of numerology, like the Indian system, the Pythagorean system, the Chaldean system, and the Kabbalah system. So studied so much into it, and then did a lot of research on different people and their names and their date of birth, their profession, their history, and then found, like my own little secret sauce, which I follow.
By the way, the secret sauce is something that you can have access to as well. We'll get talking about that when we come back. Sunte rahiye Fever 104 FM, Kismat Connection with Dr. Sheelaa M Bajaj.